Great, great. So now we at question number 8. Man, this is one that we thought long and hard about before we definitely had this one on here. But good question, man. Whatever veteran asks this question all the time, thank you for that. We getting Kenneth to answer this question for us today and clear this up, break it down so it could forever be broken down. All right. So the question number 8 is, how do I find a qualified VA disability attorney or representative?
Oh, wow. This one here, ultimately there's so many different VSOs that's out there to support you in regards to service, public service, and being able to give you some advice and assist you throughout that process. But again, when we're talking about VSOs, it's just one of those. Again, sometimes you get a great VSO, sometimes you don't get the best VSO. When we're going to speak about VSO, I mean a veteran service officer, right? And that's the kind of correct term to utilize when speaking about those organizations there. So again, those VSOs, they provide you assistance, on a level that they can provide you on. Okay, it's just going to be very difficult to be able to get VSO or an attorney that's going to be able to be there with you throughout the entirety course of the process. But how to find one? There's typical representatives on the VA website that can definitely that can be seen there. And we do particularly encourage utilization of VSOs different than that and that nature, because at the end of the day, we want to be able to make sure that our veterans getting a fair shake at certain things. But ultimately, it's one of those situations where you put yourself in a position where a lot of those, attorneys and VSOs aren't going to provide you the ultimate assistance to expedite your claim, get things done, and moving forward with things. At least getting it to the VA, because ultimately they're only there to provide basic level information, and some you're not even able to get in contact with, right? They're not going to reach out to you. They're not going to provide you the customer service that's going to be afforded to you. Again, that those are the things that we're going to provide to you, and ultimately getting you from step A to step Z. Again, the with the treatment that you deserve. Ultimately, okay. So, but again, we do encourage utilizing those services, just due to the fact we want to ultimately take on the veterans who has not had a fair shake, and that is trying to just to get things done. Okay, also that's exactly what we're here to do: get things done for you. So, again, give us a call. We'll be able to assist you in regards to that. But as I said before, again, utilizing your resources that's out there for you, such as VSOs, I think it would be, afforded to you, and should be something that most veterans should utilize first.
Absolutely. No, that's great. That's great. I mean, yeah, and as you speak there, Kenneth, there's a lot of kind of different things that cross my mind in that space in regard to relatability, right? Because it's going to depend on a lot of different factors. Like you alluded to, each VSO representative and even each organization is going to be different, and then each representative in that organization is going to be different as well. So it just kind of depends on who you get, on the level of service that you're going to be able to procure, right? So I mean, even we talk about like the public school system, right? It's like you can go to one public school and one parent might say, oh, this school is wonderful, it's great. And another parent from that same school can say, oh, my kid had a terrible experience, they didn't learn anything. They may have just had two different teachers, or it may have been the same teacher but just a different learning style, right, for that
Mm.
particular student. So ultimately, who you decide to work on, who you decide to work with for your benefits is really going to be nuanced to the particular veteran, right? And what you need. out of that experience based on how they communicate with you, how often, and different things. So definitely do your research, talk to a few different organizations, right? So that you can kind of test the water, see what they offer, and ultimately see if you can build a good relationship with the person you're working with so that you can get the maximum out of that experience.
That's a great point. You hit the nail on the head when you said that it's a relationship. We build relationships here, and that's what we do. We ultimately want to have that relationship carry on even beyond this. So with having a great standing with the community, we ultimately want to build relationships, stand on those relationships, and push through to ultimately build those relationships.
Absolutely, man. Great, great, great response to that question, Ken.